from your local election headquarters. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Welcome back to Big Country Politics. We are here at Regional Victim Crisis Center with Executive Director Janie Wawerna. Thank you for joining us for Big Country Politics.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm so happy to have the opportunity to talk about this important work.
And so we're kicking off October, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Tell us a little bit about this month and its importance.
It is so important. It's important for people that need our services out in the community, as well as people who can support our services. I think we tend to, as a collective group, still turn a blind eye on domestic violence, but it's very real, it's very active, very reactive, and the more we can get in front of it and help folks, help rebuild families and try to end the violence, the better the community will be.
Absolutely. Talk about this past year at RVCC and what y'all have seen.
Well, we've seen an increase in our DV victims. And a lot of that is because the community has become much more proactive in law enforcement to do what we call the lethality assessment. When a patrol officer arrives on a scene, they will assess the likelihood that that situation could end in a death. That expedites getting the individuals involved the help they need. So that has increased our numbers. And then also often in a domestic violence situation, there can be strangulation. And so there's a new protocol screening for that as well. And that has upped our numbers. So we're seeing, used to we'd have maybe 15 call-outs to the ER a month, and that's more than doubled this year.
Wow. Okay. And so obviously RVCC, one of many resources here in the Big Country in Abilene to help these kind of victims. Talk a little bit about what you guys do.
We do trauma-informed counseling, and that is victim-centered counseling, and it's for any crime victim that has experienced a traumatic crime against themselves. That counseling starts the minute that person is identified through law enforcement or through a call on our crisis line. People come to us many different ways, from the hospital, from law enforcement, from the crisis line, from other communities making referrals. So that is one area of our work, that counseling. We also help with educating folks through the criminal process. They need someone by their side, so we have that service. And then we work in awareness and outreach and education in all the schools and businesses, different areas in the community where they need to learn about how to stop, how to identify, how to help, and how to prevent bad things from happening to people.
And that school program is interesting. How important is it for you guys to get in schools and talk to kids about that?
Oh, it's very important. Teachers are our allies. They see things that we don't see, but often those children need to learn about what is safe, who they can talk to, and find a vocabulary to express what's happening, maybe in their home, maybe in a friend's home. So we have age-appropriate curriculum from, actually now we're in daycare, so we start at 3.5 and go through the university level. Wow.
Okay, and RVCC, y'all have been around more than 40 years. Tell us a little bit about the history.
The history started as a rape crisis hotline, and now, now we have expanded to include the full service counseling services in the criminal education, criminal justice system, things like getting victim assistance. You know, if you have a crime in your home, there is a lot of costs that can be incurred, from cleaning up a crime scene to maybe even getting out of your lease and relocating. And there are funds in the state of Texas to help victims with that process, so we help do that. So we've emerged from a crisis hotline that was very, very important, which we still operate. It's never gone unanswered in the 42 years. But then we've added these additional services because the process for a victim of crime can be upwards of 24 months before they see their case go to trial and have true closure. So they need us and our advocates with them throughout that process.
How important is RVCC to you?
Oh, it's not a job. It is a mission. It is my life's work. The vulnerable people in any community they don't really have anyone to be their voice. Maybe that's why I'm so hoarse today, because I talk so much about it. But they need people sharing their stories, if not the particulars, but just the needs. And we can change lives, and it's one person at a time. But it's helping them find their inner strength to go on after a terrible crime has happened, be it domestic violence or something perpetrated by an acquaintance or a stranger. They need the system of care to see them through that process.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to add about Domestic Violence Month or getting that message out there to the community?
Well, I think what people don't realize about domestic violence is there's not a stereotypical image that captures a home where this may be happening. It happens in every economic level. It happens with every culture and every race. And it happens not just between the intimate partners, but usually there's children in the home. Child abuse is mandatory reporting for all citizens. And the emotional abuse of seeing a domestic violence situation is a reason to call for help for the children. We very often feel like, oh, we need to mind our own business, but that is wrong. We need to help when we see something. We need to say something when we hear something. And we need to get the right agencies involved, not just for the children, but for the injured parent in that situation.
All right, Janie, thank you, and we'll continue our coverage of Domestic Violence Month. When we come back, we'll be at the NOAA Project. Stay with us.